Today I want to talk about how to communicate with the buyers or potential buyers that are coming into your house when you're listing it without actually having a conversation with them. So, what you want to communicate when you're selling is you love this house, you took care of this house, it was good to you, and if something didn't change in your lifestyle, you would probably be staying in the house. That's what you want to communicate. It sounds a little bit counterintuitive, but you want to tell buyers that they're not going to be purchasing a problem. They're not inheriting a bunch of issues, and that's why you're moving. You want to communicate to them that, you know what, if our circumstances stayed the same, we probably would have stayed here forever, but our family's getting bigger, I'm downsizing, I'm moving jobs, whatever, and this isn't the right place for us anymore. So how to communicate that without actually saying it? First of all, pre-listing, or even this isn't going to be a video about all the things that you need to reno before you're listing, but make a list of all the things that you've done since you own the house that have either maintained it or upgraded. So if you redid the shingles, the windows, the hot water tank, the furnace, even if it was 5-10 years ago, list it. If you redid the flooring in the kitchen, if you painted, whatever it is, list those things out. And then I know, and this is the one that everyone hates to hear, but find the receipts if you have them. If you didn't hire, a contractor, or you didn't have, a professional come in and do it, that's fine. Even if you have the receipt for the shingles, if you have, the warranty on the shingles or on the windows, if you have any sort of paperwork that pertain to the things that you did, find all of that and put it in a folder and have it available for people to see at showings. And again, they're not looking for, oh, who did it and did they do a good job. It's, we cared about this house, and so therefore we maintained it, we updated it. Half the time when people are looking through it, they don't even read what it is. They just see the stack of papers, they kind of look through and see the receipts, and they say, wow, these people really kept a good record and are organized, and that's the kind of people I want to buy a house from. Also, the rest of the paperwork that you should get together is your hydro bills, your property tax bill, any warranties on any of the appliances that you have, any surveys, appliance manuals, anything that pertains to the house that when you move, you're not going to want, you're not going to need, and put that all in a folder. Again, for the future buyer, it's good information to have. It portrays that you already have it there for them, so you won't have to bug them or keep going back and forth to kind of see if you can get that information. It's there, it's organized, buyers love it. The next thing that I highly recommend is filling out a property disclosure statement before you list. So a property disclosure statement looks like this. It's a 3-pager, and it goes through your knowledge about the history of the house. So for example, number 2, are you aware if the property or any part of it currently does not comply with municipal or other regulatory requirements? So you'd have to say yes or no based on your knowledge of the property. And then there's a little section at the back where you can explain it. So for example, also in here is if there's ever been any flooding or seepage into the house, if any of the appliances or mechanicals aren't working, things like that. And so essentially you fill this out, say yes or no, if you've ever had any issues since you've owned a house, and then you explain on the back what the situation was. So for example, if you had a washer dryer upstairs leak into the basement, there was some water damage, just disclose it. You say, in 2015 we had this happen, this is how we fixed it. no issues since. And I always tell my buyers, when we're looking at a house and we see a property disclosure statement, if somebody's been in the house for 20 years and this property disclosure statement just says no issues, never any issues for 20 years, that's very unrealistic. And so either, the sellers conveniently forgot, which happens, or, they were unaware of any issues, which is a bigger problem. So don't be afraid if you go through this and there are yeses, as long as you have done something to remedy the situation. Buyers like to know that, and at least you're disclosing it now instead of, down the road, or them asking for this as a condition after an offer, and then you have to disclose the things, and then they back out of the deal because of whatever was written. At least if it's done, you know that if somebody writes an offer, they're a serious buyer. So that's my other recommendation. And then go through a list of things that you love about your home and your neighborhood. You bought the house, you know best why and what the benefits are of the house and the neighborhood. So go through that with your agent. It helps them target which buyers to be communicating with. So if you bought this house because it's got a huge yard for the kids and the dog, it's got a separate dining room for family dinners, they're probably going to be targeting families, right? If you bought this house because it was low maintenance, because you work a lot, and it had all new features, they're probably going to be marketing to somebody different. So go through that with your agent. There may be things in the neighborhood or on the street that they don't know about, like parks, or the neighbors are great, things like that only you know. And that also communicates to buyers that again, you love the house and you love the neighborhood, and it's a good positive thing for them to see. And also, clean and declutter. Again, I know you've heard this on every single realtor page, platform, website, video, but what it does when you clean and declutter is it communicates to the buyers that you're ready to sell, so you're ready to move, and you're organized people, and that is a bigger, I think it's a bigger thing than most people realize. Buyers want to know that there's going to be no surprises when you move out. There's not going to be huge holes behind the couch. There's not going to be big issues that they're going to have to deal with that they didn't foresee, right? So if you're clean, you're organized, it looks like you're maintaining things really well, that communicates to buyers that, hey, these people are organized, they're clean, I'm going to want to buy a house from them, I'm going to want to deal with them, and they're not going to leave me with a huge mess at the end of the day. So yeah, those are my tips on how to communicate with buyers without actually talking to them in person. Thanks for watching.